Yo, what is going on, Comfy Gang? It's your boy, Comfy Neat, and today I'm going to be trying something different and talking about what, in my opinion, are the top 5 foods for needs. And the way I'm deciding this is based on several criteria. I guess the first would probably have to be how tasty it is, or how comfy it is to eat. Another would have to be things like price, and when I say price, it's kind of more like the amount of calories you get per dollar or something like that, like the bang for your buck basically. And also accessibility and customizability, because there's just if I feel like NEETs are probably eating pretty repetitive diets, and if you're going to be eating the same thing every day or the same few things every day, they have to be customizable so you don't off yourself from boredom and depression from eating the same foods over and over again. But yeah, anyways, let's get to my list of top 5 NEET foods. So anyways, at number 5, in 5th place, we have bread and butter. And I don't know, this probably sounds like a kind of boring food, but I don't know, in my opinion, it's a pretty good snack. I snack on that all the time, and you can't really go wrong with bread and butter. It's a classic combination for a reason. I mean, even if you have like the shittiest like bread, like Wonder Bread for example, just slather some butter on it and it's pretty good. And how you'd customize this is by adding things like jam or cheese or ham or I don't know, whatever you want basically. And well, I guess that'd be a sandwich at that point. But I mean, just bread and butter by itself, there's so many types of bread and butter, and well, I feel like the butter brings out a lot of like nice flavors from the bread, like a lot of toasted notes. Oh yeah, and make sure to toast your bread. Don't be a degen. Don't just microwave your bread or eat it cold. Toast your bread to get the best experience. But anyways, yeah, that's my number 5. At number 4, we have boxed mac and cheese. And the reason I'm not just saying mac and cheese is because, let's face it, it's too much of a hassle to make your own mac and cheese from scratch, even if you buy store-bought pasta, because you have to boil the pasta, you have to make the cheese sauce, like you have to make a bechamel base and then stir cheese into it and then put it in the dish and bake it in the oven, sprinkle cheese on top, make it a gratin or whatever. Too much work. Boxed mac and cheese works just fine, and Kraft Dinner is obviously the go-to choice for me and probably lots of people. It's the OG mac and cheese, and you can't really go wrong with the tangy, cheesy sauce that comes with the box by itself. But where it really starts to shine is when you start to add things to it, like cream cheese, full cream, even half and half instead of milk. And you add different types of cheeses. You can add sharp cheddar, American cheese. You can crumble in bits of mozzarella or whatever cheese you want for the stretch factor in the cheese. A dash of ketchup. Really customize the flavor profile and just make it good. But just eating it by itself, you can't really go wrong either. You can top it with things too, like ham, sausage, bacon. So yeah, the reason I like it so much is because I feel really, really satisfied after eating a whole box. And you definitely feel like you've eaten a pretty fat portion when you cook up the whole box of Kraft Dinner and then add stuff to it. So yeah, I really like it for that reason. And also because I really like the what's it called? I really like the texture of the fake macaroni that comes in the box, because it's kind of like a cross between actual macaroni and instant noodles kind of. So anyways, yeah, that's why I like it. For number 3, we have pizza, and I could easily see this being a lot of people's number 1 choice, because it's probably a lot of people's just favorite dish in general. And it's got everything in it. You've got the bread base, you got the cheese, you got the tomato sauce or whatever sauce you want to add to it, like pesto, barbecue sauce, or just like garlic butter, Alfredo. And then you get the toppings, which is really where the variation starts to happen. and the customizability and just the infinite variety of pizzas out there. Types of pizza means that you could pretty much eat a different slice every meal and not get tired of it. Although I do eventually, but a lot of people don't. And you know, it's substantial, it fills you up, it's pretty well priced, and you know, it's easy to make your own because you can just buy like a supermarket pizza and just, you know, it's like frozen pizza, and then add your own toppings. And then there's a lot of good quality frozen pizzas out there that can act as a base for your customized pizza, or you can just order off of Pizza Hut, Domino's, Little Caesars, whatever, or some of the better options out there. And yeah, that's why it's number 3 for me. For number 2, we have chicken tendies, and you know, it probably sounds like blasphemy because why is it not number 1? It's the NEET food, the national dish of a NEET country, if there ever was one. But for me, it's number 2 because there's something that I like more. Well, no shit, but yeah. Well, I still put it on the list because I do think it's a pretty good food. Because, well, you get the hit of protein from the chicken breast, and then it's deep fried, which is always great. You got the breading, or the batter, and then you add the dipping sauce, which is where all the variation comes in. There's like a billion types of dipping sauces. There's a million types of hot sauces alone, and then you have things like the sweet and sour, sweet chili, barbecue. So many choices, and you know, it's good to eat as a standalone dish, or you know, with like a side of fries, or you know, things like that. And it pairs really well with your average NEET beverage like sodas, Mountain Dew, or yeah, stuff like that. And also, I'm just gonna throw in wings and chicken nuggets, because they're basically kind of fulfilling the same sort of craving, they're sort of like hitting that same niche basically of like deep fried battered chicken, or baked sometimes with sauce. And it's just, you know, a classic, you know, pairing basically. So that's why it's my number 2. And drum roll, guys, at number 1 we have instant noodles. And I mean, I feel like this should probably been a given, or like a giveaway, that because I'm Asian. And instant noodles, if you guys don't already know, is like mac and cheese for Asians. It's like comfort food, and it is definitely my comfort food. I've grown up eating it a lot, and I don't know, I guess I'm pretty biased. Chicken tendies should be number 1, but because it's just my personal preference that I like instant noodles. But the reason it's such a good NEET food is because it's so affordable. You can buy it at pretty much any supermarket, and it's, you know, there's so many varieties of instant noodles out there that vary in so many things, like the type of noodle, like whether it's thin or thick, whether it's like a wheat-based or a rice-based one, whether they're fried or they're air-dried. And then you have like the soup packets. Did I mention the shape of the noodles? And whether they're like smooth or like squiggly. And then you have like the soup base, you have the oil packets, the seasoning, and then you have like dry noodles, which are kind of like noodles tossed in sauce, or you have like soup-based noodles. Yeah, there's like so many varieties, and I just love the texture of instant noodles when they're al dente. And although they're not gonna compare to like actual ramen, but I don't feel like they're worse. I feel like they have their own special appeal because a lot of instant noodles are fried, so you have that like nice kind of like deep fried flavor in the noodle that kind of seeps into the broth. And then the broth is usually flavor packed already, and then when you add things like meat to it, or even just like a poached egg, it just further flavors the soup and just makes it really good. And you can customize it any way you want. You can add meat to it, add veggies, add mushrooms. You could turn it into like a stir fry. You could turn it into like a fake pasta dish. You could make like a ramen burger. So many options out there, but really, it's just so convenient to make. That's the thing too. It's probably like the easiest thing on this list to make. It's probably even easier, as easy as just like ordering a pizza, and it's way cheaper too. So just for all these reasons combined, working in tandem, that's why I would have to rate instant noodles as the top NEET food, and I'm sure a lot of you agree with me. Some honorable mentions would have to be, you know, I don't know, I guess like burgers or like hot dogs. Spam. I know a lot of people hate Spam, but I personally really love Spam because I grew up eating it, and well, I'm Asian, and you know, oh yeah, and I didn't mention like any dessert items like ice cream or cookies because I feel like that deserves its own separate list. Maybe like top 10 neat snacks or something. So anyways, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this content. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button down below if you did. And anyways, this is Comfy Neat signing out.